I feel like everywhere I look nowadays, all I hear is, Gen Z's cooked. We should just give up. There's nothing we could do. And it's honestly just a load of bullshit. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of crazy shit going on, but coming at the angle that, like, we're cooked, there's nothing we can do, is genuinely just a bunch of bullshit, and it's a terrible way to look at it. Now, look, there's definitely truth in the fact that times are crazy right now, but if you look back in time, there's always something. Like, you can argue times are always crazy and things are never perfect or okay, which is the truth. I mean, everyone has an excuse every generation. Oh, I don't want to have kids because I don't want to bring kids into this crazy world. I don't know what it'll look like in the future. And that is a fair fear to have, but it's a fear that has been had every generation. Now, for us fellow Gen Zers, yeah, we got a lot to worry about right now. There's a terrible job market. The housing market's also awful. There's a lot going on with the dating market, and AI is taking over a bunch of entry-level jobs, and people don't know where that's going. And the age to move out to move out of your parents' house seems to be getting older and older and older. And I read something recently that, mortality rates among young people in Gen Z, including cancer diagnosis, are the highest among any generation before us, which is a crazy stat if you really think about it. I mean, we are also aging faster. I mean, not all of us. Some people still mistake me for a high schooler, so, that's that. But aside from that, I guess as a whole, a lot of us look older than we're supposed to. And the more I looked into this, the main reason is stress. Our generation is the most stressed a generation has been in a very, very long time, if not ever. And so, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we have so much to stress about right now. But one thing that's super important that, in the beginning of the video, I was like, all I hear is, whatever, we can't do anything. That's the problem. Facing all of these issues and coming at it and just giving up, like, oh, we're cooked, there's nothing we can do. That is terrible, because you're just accepting things for how they are and giving up on your own life, which is genuinely the worst thing you can do. So I want to point something out to you that's really just going to put everything into perspective. So there was a study conducted, that shows that we're more susceptible to cancers in our 20s than any other generation. Like I said, it's due to stress because of all the problems we're facing. But people who are stressed and believe it's bad for them in this case study have higher mortality rates. But another study was conducted that among Gen Z, people who view their stress as beneficial to them and something they can learn and grow from have a much lower mortality rate, and it's even lower than people who had little to no stress at all. Now, to spell it out for you, this literally fucking means it is all in your perception. So if you're stressed out and you think that shit's bad for you and you're like, fuck, this stress is the worst, I'm cooked, you're fucked. But if you're like, you know what, this stress is gonna make me a stronger, better person that's more equipped to deal with stuff in the future, you're good, bro. You're stunzo. That's genuinely all we have to do. And yes, it's definitely much easier said than done, but your mindset stems from what you tell yourself. And I've definitely struggled with this in the past, but what I've found to be helpful is, like, anytime I have a bad thought about me or someone else, I try to come up with 5 good thoughts to counteract that. Next thing you know, my mind is in the habit of thinking about things positively, which is healthy for your body. Have you guys heard, I'm sure you've heard the saying, mind over matter. That shit is real, bro. People don't understand, like, something as silly as that is genuinely fucking real. go out and try it. Like, dude, even today, okay, at the gym, right? There are so many fucking weirdos at my gym, okay? So many. And they annoy the fuck out of me. They don't even talk to me or do anything. But I just see them doing stuff and it annoys me. And so the gym is supposed to be like my fucking peaceful place where I'm productive and whatever, working on myself. And then there's so many people that fucking annoy me in there. But here's the thing, I'm letting that happen. And I think almost sometimes I'd be like seeking it out. Like I think I like look for some of the people that annoy me, which is like stupid of me to do. So stupid. I mean, so today, what I started doing is anytime I had a negative thought about someone, oh, that guy's fucking, he looks super weird, or fucking, I don't even know. Anytime I had a bad thought about someone, I try to come up with 3 good things to say about them, you know? Like, well, you know what? At least he's in here in the gym working on himself. At least he's consistent, whatever. And like, I came out of the gym today happier than I did the past week because of my perception and attitude towards it. This is why the way that you think can genuinely change your life. It'll make or break your life. Like, whether or not you have a shitty life or a good life is basically on how you perceive things. I mean, there are examples of poor people who are so happy with all that they have, and there's people who have all the money in the world and will never be happy. It's all about perception and your attitude and things like that. And another thing, like, this is all a reflection of the way we think and respond to things matters so much. We can't control what happens to us. What we can control is how we react. It's all about the things you tell yourself, how you respond to adversity. Don't just lay down and give up and let this life blow past you. There's so much uncertainty right now, especially for our generation, so much uncertainty, and it is scary. But what's even scarier is looking back on your life and thinking about all the things you could have done or should have done or would have done. That's even worse. You don't want to be the 60-year-old guy who played it safe his whole life and has nothing to show for it and is just thinking, man, I didn't do shit. I just played it safe, and that's a terrible spot to be in. I would never want to be that guy. There are certain things that I have done or tried in my life for the sole reason of I don't want to regret not doing this in the future. Like, me being in a long distance relationship. I thought those sucked and I would never want to be in one. But when I was actually at the crossroads of whether to do it or not, I thought to myself, will I regret not dating this girl and finding out what happens? And the answer was totally yes. So your boy has to see it through. You have to. You got to see it through. I feel like a lot of people in our generation are scared of making the wrong decision. Like, a lot of us have these ideas. I feel like a lot of people in our generation, we've been exposed to so much stuff. We have a lot of great ideas, but 90% of us don't act on them and don't do anything. I mean, part of the reason I started this YouTube channel is because I always thought about it as a teenager. I always thought about it. What if I did this and never actually did it? So now I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like, who cares if I don't make it? Like, at least I'm going to try and find out for myself. Now, it's still very early for me to find out, but at the end of the day, I'm having fun doing this, and that's what matters. But going back to, about our generation, we're so indecisive. And, if you tell yourself you can't do something or that you're not good enough to do something, that's going to be the truth. You are what you say you are, You are what you tell yourself. Self-talk is insanely important, and, I definitely need to be better about it too. That's kind of why I'm coming on here to talk about it, because I know it's true, and it helps me to hold myself accountable, And going back to, like, thinking positively, that also goes into the things you expose yourself to. If you keep watching, like, content, videos, whatever, about how fucked up the world is, you're gonna feel constantly that the world is fucked up. Like, you go online, everyone's telling you we're cooked, there's nothing we can do. If you keep listening to that shit, you're gonna believe there's nothing we can do. But that's the thing, there is something we can do. Not every single thing going on in the world directly affects you. So just clear your head, focus on what you can control, and bang, you're Gucci, bro. Like, yes, it's gonna be a long road, but that's where it starts. That's genuinely where it starts. So going back to all the things that our generation has to face, yeah, dude, we probably have the most shit to worry about of any generation ever. We have so much pressure on us. But guess what, guys? Pressure makes diamonds, baby. That's where real motherfuckers are born. You know? That's the most important thing to remember. Hard times build adversity, right? Have you guys heard the saying where, you know, hard times create strong people, and strong people go through hard times to create good times, and good times create soft and easy people, and soft and easy people create hard times, and it's a cycle. So right now, we're kind of at a point of hard times for our generation, and I know, you know, relatively speaking, like, you know, this isn't really that hard compared to like the 1940s because there's not like a world war going on, but it's hard in a lot of ways and in a lot of other ways. So this is where you become one of the strong people. This is where you become diamonds. Adversity builds character, makes you a better person. So, you know, instead of getting so caught up in all the things going wrong, why don't we focus on what we can do right, and let's lock in and try to become the diamond versions of ourselves. Like okay, to dumb this down, right now we're like maybe in one of the starting camos, you know, maybe like 20 bloodthirsties, whatever. Maybe some of you are gold camo. Let's get to fucking diamond camo. Or you know what, shoot for the stars. Let's be dark matter camo. You know? And, you know, grinding camos in COD, that shit's not easy. It takes a while. It's a grind, right? You don't get diamond camo without working your ass off a little bit. So we can't just sit pretty and just expect shit to work out. Like, no, you gotta get your hands dirty. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on here and just set everyone straight, because I feel like there's a lot of shit going around about how we're done for and we're cooked and there's nothing we can do. And I just think I'm trying to counteract that and put some positivity in there, because I think all of us could really use some of that. So yeah, the guys, anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you again for making it to the end. Really means a lot. If you have any thoughts or you disagree with me in any way, please drop them in the comments. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed. And that's gonna do it for this one, guys. See you in the next one, and stay frosty.